All right, boys, welcome back.
Jason, thanks for having us, dude.
Yes, sir. Let's crack
Appreciate
these
that.
bad boys on air there.
All right. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Yep, cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Here's to the smartest brothers I know. Again, every year, you know, I always cock up everyone's intro. So this year it's different. There's like 50 intros I have to do. So over to you guys. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Sure. Yeah. Todd Anglemeyer, ClearSight Consulting is my brother Nick. Better looking brother, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. ClearSight Consulting.
Yep, so we do Amazon management, and we've worked with Speedmaster, what, 3 years, 2 years?
Yes, sir.
3 years? So.
That's it? That's all your intros? I could have stuffed that up.
You could have stuffed it up,
That's
dude.
fine, that's fine.
Back in Vegas, SEMA, great show, great people.
That's it. So I guess let's roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Amazon's not slowing down. What a beast! What a machine! What a beautiful! Just what a well-oiled machine, right?
Absolutely.
And I guess for anyone out there, I mean, I don't think is there actually? Do they have a study to tell us how many people are not on Amazon? Because surely everyone would be a member.
Yeah, I mean, you would think so. And it's like at SEMA, you know, we walk around and have a lot of conversations. There's actually a lot of opportunity for people out here to get on the platform, manage it themselves, everything like that. I mean, it is a beast, man, and everybody should be there. Great brand awareness, great product awareness, that kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, it's a beast. There's so many people on there, many new entrants every day, every year. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's crazy because I mean, like coming from Australia, I've been here probably 2 years full time, you know, on and off for 10, 15 years, whatever. You know, you don't really get it, you know. I don't think I'll leave the house anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're literally, everything is coming in a brown Amazon box all the time. I mean, we got baby formula the other day. I was like, babe, what's going on? Oh yeah, just baby formula. I'm like, wow, we completely forgot our roots, Australian roots. Like, it's like, she's like, yeah, do you see how people shop around here? I'm like, wow. So all I'm saying is it's not
wild.
slowing down. Yeah. It's Wild West, and it's great. I mean, good opportunity. It's beautiful. So talk me through it. What do the trends look like, right? You guys just came back from the Seattle show. You guys ended up going, right, to the one before?
We actually did not make it to Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, but we actually just got back from Vegas like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, talk us through that one.
Yeah, I mean, so things are good. The biggest thing is operationally, you know, Amazon's obviously a beast. It's always changing. I mean, Jason, you got your start in e-commerce. I mean, you are a peer player there. But yeah, I mean, it's growing. It's good. There's a lot of opportunity there. We're seeing after COVID, you know, still strong demand, obviously. Yeah, man, there's always something new, always something challenging, and it's ever changing. There's a lot of new programs within Amazon, specifically around transparency push, renewed programs.
Yes.
And then also
talk us through this new Renew program, right? So that's a current thing, right?
Yeah. So the Renewed program, they're investing heavily in getting brand awareness around brands that have renewed product or B stock items that they want to push through. Maybe not offshore to export. You know, markets like Mexico, South America, Europe, that kind of thing. So it's a great space for electronic companies and companies who can bring back product, refurbish it, that kind of stuff, which is actually creating a really cool new opportunity for a lot of brands.
Yeah, because I mean, back in the day, you know, you'd think eBay was what that was, right? It was like refurbished, renewed, all that sort of stuff. That was the kind of early entry point, and then it went to, you know, it moved away from, it didn't move away, but, you know, it really focused on brand new stuff, you know what I mean? You know, and it has to, because technically, you know, like for it to scale and, you know, it spends so much money on Google advertising. You know, I think eBay's the #1 Google advertiser. You know, to have those clients only coming for things that are not new, it made no sense. And so clearly, obviously, they moved to that. And now Amazon went the other way, only new. And now if they're going to, you know, kind of bait and switch and start offering new stuff, you know, they're probably on the hot and the heels of eBay with that, I assume.
Yeah, 100%, man. And it's like, you know, there's so much dynamic right now in e-commerce. I mean, you got like Walmart who's pumping a bunch of money to try to compete with Amazon and stuff, but it's hard to build traction, you know? So, yeah, I think that with the world of e-commerce, you know, you have to be adaptable, you have to be able to change, you have to be a technology leader and everything. And if you nail on that, dude, you can really crank out some products.
So, I mean, we didn't speak about Walmart last year.
No.
But it's a thing right now, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a thing. A couple of people keep talking about it. Even like, you know, I had an influencer on yesterday, and she was telling us about just making a living off TikTok Live, TikTok Shop. So even that is a thing. She's like, yeah, I just TikTok shop and I don't work anymore. So, well, yeah,
that's kind of
epic.
nice.
It's epic. Yeah. I secretly asked for a job as well, but she's like, she didn't need anyone to help. So to your point, we can touch on TikTok later, but obviously Walmart they're going at it, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, Nick, what's your take on Walmart?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have to generate more users, right, in order to really, I think, grow it. But I think they're on the heels of Amazon, and yeah, they're making some momentum for sure.
Do you think it helps having all the locations, maybe for like future distribution?
I mean, we talk about that all the time. Just that they could literally distribute right out of their stores, which is really interesting. It's, I would say, a little less user friendly than Amazon right now, but I think they'll make it work.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me, go ahead. The only thing that scares me is going on their platform. It's kind of like there was an Australian startup who did something similar, and they figured that, you've got eBay, you've got Amazon, you have like a couple of other big e-commerce retailers that are reselling everything. The hardest part I figured with that was it was just, and I think Walmart will get it right because they've got enough money to do so, but it was more along the lines of, it felt weird because it felt like you were still you were still buying something that was drop shipped. It didn't feel like there was any substance to it. You know what I mean? And I think Walmart probably have to kind of refine their website to do so. I mean, Amazon, is not the best website in the world, but you just know there's the infrastructure behind it. So I think there's a piece there where, if you do go to shop on Walmart, I don't know, just you're not sure. You know it's 100%. Not there. You know it's drop shipped. So there's that. I think there's that kind of frustration. At least they got brand equity, right? So that helps. But
yeah, and I think peeling back to Amazon too. Distribution, like as far as like that infrastructure. Speaking about infrastructure, they rolled out a program called Amazon Warehouse Distribution, which is like a multi-tier way to ship products. So what you do is you can ship it to an Amazon distribution fulfillment center, who can then ship into their normal fulfillment centers with inventory. So it's kind of cool because it's optimizing supply chain a lot, especially for bigger brands who may not have the warehouse space to handle that capacity. So you do direct import, go right into AWD. From AWD, you go into FBA as inventory gets depleted. So that's a massive shift, I think, for Amazon as a whole. And going back to Walmart, I mean, dude, you carve out 500 square feet of space as a fulfillment operation in every single store. Now you're instantly competitive on that 2-day shipping and things, which is kind of cool. Yeah,
it's just like they don't have anything there right now.
You're right.
It just feels like an empty.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like a balloon full of hot air, as opposed to just knowing that there's an Amazon fulfillment center full of damn robots and Tesla robot humans and whatever else, getting those goodies out the door. Like you just know that baby powder's on the shelf. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Absolutely. And I think Amazon did such a good job of like hitting a low price point for products, but making it feel like elegant and feel a bit higher class. And I think Walmart is kind of chasing their tail a little bit, trying to do that, and it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, again, they'll definitely get it right, but bigger people have got it wrong. So it's, totally. it's kind of one of those things. Just throwing it out there. I don't know if I can talk about this on air, but here we go. I think Amazon was saying they're peeling back vendors, right?
They are, yeah. So November 1st, actually, they cut. Yeah, they did this sweep.
I heard that about 3 months ago.
Yeah, they did this sweep back in 2018 as well. So they cut a bunch of vendor accounts, pushing them over to the seller platform.
So what's the difference? Can you tell the people what's the difference? Yeah.
So Vendor Central is more of a wholesale relationship. It's based on B2B business with Amazon, and you lose a lot of control in that process. So Amazon prices independently. PO volume may not be, purchase order volume might not be where you need to be to supply demand and things. So there's a lot of operational challenges within that model. And then also on the back end, you have things like accruals and things, that you're paying back Amazon for damages or like what are called base mutual funding agreements where you're actually taking a bigger loss. So what we're seeing is that a lot of vendors are okay with that because you can have a lot more flexibility and control on the seller platform, which is more consignment. So you ship product to their warehouse, you own it, and you can actually price independently, you can manage content a little bit better, and also just have a lot more flexibility in operations and supply chain. So there's not demands on turnaround times and stuff like that, which is actually very beneficial for a lot of brands that operate in that space.
So not to get it confused, a seller account and a vendor account has nothing to do with 3P and 1P.
So it does.
Okay.
It does. So the seller account is considered 3P.
Got it.
So when you're shopping on Amazon, if you see ships and sold by Amazon.com, that's a 1P relationship. That's Vendor Central. On Seller Central, it's shipped by Amazon, sold by Speedmaster.
Okay, so I can still. Okay, so that's.
But it's still Prime eligible.
But
it's
I
still
can.
got all
But
the
you.
benefits.
That's right. But I
Yeah.
can still get. I can still pay Amazon to house those items and
Correct.
ship them for me, right?
That is
so I was under
correct.
the impression that 3P was when it's a seller account and I've got an item listed, but I'm the only person shipping that item.
Yeah, correct.
And I was under the impression that 1P was I'm selling an item and I can ship it to you, or Amazon have it on the shop and they can ship it to you. But that's not the case. That's not 1P. This is kind of like 2P.
Yeah, this is kind of like 2P. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's what we
I
call
want to trademark that
it's
right
what we
now. You
call
hear that, Jeff Bezos? I've trademarked that.
Jason's
son of a-
coming for you.
Yeah, boy. 2P.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, that's a big shift in the model, So when we think about brands who have been on Vendor Central for years, they actually don't have the infrastructure to support the 3P. So if their vendor account is terminated,
Oh boy.
there's a big process in how that is ramped up and scaled into being able to actually keep product there, sell on there, and not lose that channel.
I mean, we could always pick, pack, and ship for you guys, no problem. If you get stuck.
Right out of Cali.
Yeah, right out of Cali.
Yeah.
So that's the deal, right? So, okay, because I know that I know you made it sound. Correct me if I'm wrong. That maybe 1P isn't as profitable, but then I've got some people who feel that 1P is more profitable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously, it depends potentially.
Yeah, it depends. Product weight, dimensions, and price point are a big factor in that. So typically when we look at, a product that has a retail value of $3 or $4, 1P is actually a great fit for that. So we think about baby powder or or something like that. But
look like my brother kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Which, dude, I've been trying to find that. They just don't sell it.
I think it's on TikTok Shop. Just saying. Sorry. Yeah, all the girls were buying makeup.
Yeah.
They bought me some makeup while I was on the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, I have like 16 packages show up every day from TikTok. So yeah.
Do you actually?
Oh yeah, dude. Tara's always buying like.
That's
there you go.
Yeah,
See?
dude. Yeah. Where'd you
man.
find that? TikTok.
Yeah, because one of the girls, sorry to get off topic, she bought a whole dress for $5.
Yeah.
$5. Yeah,
$5.
you heard it right.
Yeah,
$5.
Wow. So yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot of I would say there's more use case to operate in Seller Central versus Vendor Central.
Yes.
And I think the justification there from Amazon side is conducive of that. But certainly vendors are struggling with that change, which just rolled out. So.
And I think it depends on when you set up too. So a lot of brands, right? Amazon's this behemoth, and Amazon comes to them and says, "Hey, we want to set you up on a Vendor Central account," and they're like, "Oh, cool, 40% off," and then they're giving 40% off plus paying all of those accruals, damage allowances, and it ends up being more like 55, 60% off, right? So then that's where it becomes like unprofitable territory. So
you lost me at 40, bro.
Yeah, but we see it all the time, and it's wild to see how people set up their vendor accounts, 10, 15 years ago, just because of what Amazon was,
So let's touch on
Or
that.
is.
Let's touch on that. 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
How long have you guys had an affinity with Amazon? Is it how long?
12 years for that guy.
Yeah.
12 years.
12 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Half of his life. He's
I think
24, so-
yeah. Holy shit. Man.
Still waiting for the facial hair to come in.
Sorry.
Mine came in at 40,
Three-quarters of
bro.
his life.
Mine came in at 40. So last week.
I've been around at 8 years, so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Has it changed much? Because I know eBay hasn't really changed too much. They've made the UI a little bit different. It was always nicer, but it hasn't changed too much. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would say it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
In terms of the UI, they're constantly making changes. They just rolled out a massive change to Seller Central and Vendor Central. They're so back in like 2015, they talked about a one platform model. So they're trying to get more synonymous with how those look and feel on the back end.
Yep.
But I think the biggest change is something that we hear a lot is how Amazon paces with like things like inflation, and some of their fulfillment fees and stuff have increased at a pace that's equal or greater than that. So their fee structure has changed significantly over the past like 12 years that I've been on it, and even 8 years for Nick too.
100%.
So can you give me? Do you have like an example? Can you give me an example?
Yeah. So
like, as in, it went from like rough figures 5 to 15, or any rough numbers?
Yeah, I would say like from a fulfillment side, something that when I started.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
That's okay. Yeah, that's what we're here for, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So, looking at a product like, let's say, a phone case, right? Used to be able to ship for, like $2.10, right?
Yes.
Now the same phone case is shipping for like $4.50.
Oh boy.
For example. So, yeah, it's definitely increased. But again, on higher ticket items, that when we're looking at weights and dimensions, higher ticket items, you're not really feeling that impact, which is really cool. So
yeah, because I mean those phone cases, for example, like you said, when Apple bring out a brand new phone, like you're talking millions and millions of those damn cases flying out the door. You know what I mean? It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it is pretty phenomenal.
And even just to see like people who I've seen like people who sell cases on Amazon, who don't fulfill with Amazon, and they're just pumping them out. You know what I mean? Just flat, those little satchels, they're just flying out the door all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, okay.
But let's talk TikTok a little bit and the influence that has on Amazon. So
let's hear it.
Yeah. So we're starting to see a flood of brands that are marketing through TikTok, right? And they're seeing wild success with influence on not only the direct to consumer, but also through Amazon as a channel as well, where my wife finds
$5 dress.
Yeah, $5 dress.
Let's go.
And let's go. Let's get it. And so we're seeing that become a huge player in new brands that come on the platform, right? Who have a good social following and things through TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, that kind of thing, where that influencer model is kind of coming back, which is super cool. Interesting. Yeah.
And I guess it's because it's like buy right now. Influence and purchase, right? Because technically, TikTok's broken the model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think think Instagram had that right yet. You know what I mean? Like they had the influence portion,
I would agree with that,
but not the buy portion, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think too the thing that we talk about a lot is like, that style of communication, right? Like
fair.
8-10 years ago, you look at an influencer like Kardashians, right? They're getting paid $1 million to post about a product.
Yes.
That is no longer really the influencer model. And that's like,
it's a great point.
It's like a guy in his garage with a socket wrench saying like, hey dude, this is the best thing on earth. Like we want that, So it's very organic, it's very natural as far as what we're seeing in terms of performance there, which is really, really interesting because the facade of influencer marketing is changed a lot. So
by definition, right? It's whoever's influencing, and to your point, these are feel-good transactions. You know what I mean?
Feel-good transactions, absolutely.
Yeah, so technically the Kardashians have stopped influencing and become more of a marketing platform, right? So they're marketing things. So to your point, you're paying them to put something on. They're influencing, but then technically it's just like having any celebrity wearing it. So actually, it's now become a form of marketing. And I guess by definition, influencing now has moved to this TikTok style of influencing. So it was important. It was interesting because like this girl was saying, Madison was saying that like she worked for a Chinese company, and they'd go to a store and they'd have like 100 cameras, like a camera wall of stuff. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. Maybe it's 100 different accounts. I don't know what is going on, but there was 100 damn phones anyway, and they were all videotaping her, putting a dress on, coming out, and then next thing you know, bang.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? It's the sales are off and up and running.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So there might be a version of a technology that creates 100 accounts into one phone, so you don't have to have 100 phones. I thought you'd think they'd figured that out. Far out, man. You know what I mean? They figured. Gee whiz. I swear she's like, there's a massive wall of phones, like 100 phones.
That's
and it's all different accounts logged in.
I'm assuming.
Wow,
odd. And you know what's funny? I thought she was joking, so I'm like, and then the other young lady that was next to me, it's like, I've seen those phone walls. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway. So she's like, I've got 4. She's like, I've only got 4. Me, my husband, my dad, and my brother's phones. I'm like, no, these guys are legit. They got 4 like a camera wall of phones.
Yeah, that's
all
wild.
logged into TikTok, I'm assuming.
That's
so
crazy.
only the question I had, I didn't ask. I was thinking about it now. I was like, do you have 100 people clicking the start button as well? Like,
Yeah, seriously.
Or maybe 50, 2 fingers each. I don't know.
It's just a robot with a hundred
suction.
fingers.
People donated their fingers for it.
Yeah, that's Let's not, probably from some countries, for sure. That's cool.
Yeah.
So okay.
So
all right.
yeah, all really good stuff happening right now. And we're just seeing like.
Do you support TikTok people?
We do actually. Yeah, we do massively.
Not TikTok people, TikTok influencers account.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's just been such a big shift in literally the past year. That we're just seeing massive influence to the platform. Brands are throwing up a product. They have great influence on TikTok, specifically TikTok, and it's wild to see that.
Do we have any data yet? Do we know price points and stuff yet?
We don't. I don't think that we do. We personally don't, but it's such an evolving thing right now. So
it'd be good to know, right? Where how far the platform's evolved. Excuse me. How far the platform's evolved. Is it still $5 purchases, $10 purchases, $30 purchases? Are we at $300 purchases?
Yeah.
Because I guess the evolution has to happen. So when you think about it, eBay was just secondhand stuff. And it went from $30 items, all secondhand rubbish. Sometimes maybe 500 or 1,000, but it might be like a used something that's used that's expensive. To now being all price points, all brand new. So TikTok, I'm assuming, will get there too, right? So it has to start small.
Yeah.
Get brand credibility and push up. But I'd love to know. I mean, what about your wife? Do you have any idea what she's buying? Do you know the average price points on those purchases? Or are you too scared to ask? You're like, I'm too scared to ask.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
You do your thing. Yeah. I mean, I would say most of the stuff is probably like anywhere between sub $20. You know,
so
just
that's a
quick little fidgety things for the kids or whatever. So. Yeah.
What does your wife buy?
No, just Amazon.
There you go.
Too many packages.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to be careful because I know one of my buddies, his dog's got an Amazon account too now, so he knows when to push the order on a button. You know what I mean? So that's cool.
We got a little button set up on the counter. Yeah. Just tap it, treats show up.
Like where's my treats?
Yeah.
So that's funny you say that because remember that Amazon rebuy button was a thing, right? Is that still a thing? Do they still have that button?
It is, but it's not really leveraged too much anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, usually we're seeing a lot of internal influence from Amazon about their own brands, right?
Sure.
So they're promoting the Alexa app and the
sense.
Alexa reorder and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're not seeing a huge adoption rate on that platform anymore.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's still a thing, though.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Got it.
So.
Have you ever? This is going back 2016 or 17. I went to the first Amazon. The store with thousands of cameras. Are you guys in touch with any of that? Because I mean, I think they're starting to roll out more and more of those, right?
Yeah, they are, and so they had their 4-star review stores or whatever that were a big thing for a while. They actually shut that down, but they are, and then also their Whole Foods acquisition.
Yes.
There's a huge so in the food and beverage space, we're seeing massive rollout of in-store advertising and stuff like that they're doing a big push behind. For digital marketing from Amazon to in-store, so they're kind of blending those models, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool to see. So,
which is important because eventually, you got e-commerce, you got bricks and mortar, and the way me and Eric put it and have done for 10 years, it's going to be clicks and mortar. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, so. Back to that question about the store. So those stores with all the cameras and stuff, we can self-serve are stopped, or
they've shut a lot of that down.
Okay.
But they're definitely still, I think that they're bringing that more to the Whole Foods model and things like that. So
yeah, because there was a lot of cameras, and I'd hate to imagine the radiation that was in there because there was 1,000 cameras on the roof.
Yeah,
1,000, and Eric's been to this sports apparel store, and everything just has a QR code. He's like, why don't you put a QR code on everything? And then literally, because it's got once you go onto the QR code, it knows who you are and it charges on the way out. And I'm like, I don't know, man. That's why you're the genius, and they've got thousands of cameras. I don't know. So it was crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. So it's still an interesting space though, man, and it's evolving every single day, and it's creating a lot of good opportunity for small and big brands. And their data continually improves and continues to get better. They're unlocking some features through what's called Amazon Marketing Cloud, in terms of how you track your shopper and
Nice.
can actually remarket to them and things like that, which is actually really cool and really beneficial. So from the advertising side, always looking at blended ROAS, return on ad spend, like what path did customers take to actually convert on the product? And it's interesting that we're getting access to more and more data, which is
interesting.
Again,
trying to kind of take over that piece from Google, right?
Yeah,
because they're so connected.
100%.
Yeah.
I know that obviously Jeff's busy buying yachts and new wives and whatnot. Are we
you
seeing?
were just on that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, no, yeah,
hey,
thanks,
Jeff.
man.
Next time you can invite.
Thanks,
invite
man. That was
the
good.
brothers.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, no, hey, got to get a bigger boat, man, for the boys. You know what I mean?
It is a little small.
Yeah. So ironically, ever since he's been kind of busy doing that sort of stuff, I've noticed that you don't hear as many new things coming out. I mean, comparing him when he was trying to be head to head with Elon Musk, Elon Musk is coming out, whether they're good ideas or bad ideas, he's coming out with thousands of ideas, right?
Yeah.
All the rockets, the rockets that can be, I can't catch a tennis ball. These guys catching rockets out of space for crying out loud. You know what I mean? So catching rockets, obviously the robo taxi, the humans, the other robo car, robo cop, and all the other stuff he's bringing out. You know what I mean? Like he's continually trying to push ahead. We haven't heard much from Amazon, right, on that sort of front, right?
No, we absolutely have not heard much on that front. It is interesting because I think that the advance in idea generation is maybe slowing down a bit, and it's getting more centralized focus on the platform versus creating these new funky ideas, in terms of how it's all managed and stuff. But Jeff is sunsetting a bit.
Yeah, sure is sunsetting officially.
Yeah.
But definitely, and I respect that though. I respect that sometimes, it doesn't hurt to look internally. It doesn't hurt to go,
absolutely.
you know what, let's look internally. Let's make Amazon as good as it could be. Because, I don't know. I mean, just simple things like, I don't know, now it's going to sound so lame, but, you remember back in the day, like even allowing third parties like yourselves to have access to the account, that like all the admin tools and all the rest, those options weren't there. It's like, I own the account, and it's like, I'm just going to give you ownership access.
Yeah.
I mean, even those sorts of things didn't exist. Even on a business like we're a seller and we buy as a business off Amazon for our internal needs.
Yeah.
Even then, they didn't have an accounting tab for just accounts only or purchasing tab. Like now, they're starting to do that. So, there is something good about looking internally and making those changes, because that's one thing that eBay hasn't done. They don't have this real nice don't have this real nice segment of account,
interesting.
So,
for sure.
While he's on his boat, maybe they're making better changes internally. I don't know. So,
He's probably got a helicopter delivering packages on his boat.
Yeah, well, it's probably those drones that never took off. Probably they're the ones that are delivering it.
Yeah.
So,
He still needs his packages in 2 days, man.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, on a dinghy probably. Just a
Yeah.
A dinghy.
Yeah,
A 70-foot dinghy.
That's it, man.
Right into the side.
That's it. She'll be right.
Yeah,
she'll
she'll
be
be
Kind
right.
of a small dinghy, though. Honestly.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Yeah,
But
I mean, you're cruising around SEMA. I mean, obviously, it's good to see you guys here. Obviously, you're in e-commerce. There's people who sell here, but it's nice to see some customers, some cars.
Yeah,
feel good.
absolutely.
Feel good vibe.
SEMA's our favorite show, I think. We decided that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
our favorite show we go to. We travel all over, the U.S., going to trade shows in a bunch of different industries. SEMA's awesome. Seeing a lot of custom builds, the creativity behind it. Great people. It's a lot of fun. We really love this show.
So have you got big travel plans for next year, or?
We're already queued up for Q1. We've got probably 5 trade shows we'll be hitting in Q1 next year alone, and so it's a lot of travel. Team's growing, obviously. Good. It's good. I was sharing with Erickson, we're in that growth phase right now where it's managing the growth and the scale and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been good. We're really happy.
It's never easy, and again, just be mindful. You're going to get some stuff wrong, and hopefully your clients appreciate that, because I think like Elon Musk said, if people complaining about his the spray work on the car, it's like, look, man, if you're not happy with the spray work on a Tesla while we're scaling, buy a Mercedes. Simple. You know what I mean? Like it's just what it is. So
sure.
things will happen, things will fall through the cracks. You know what I mean? It's just part of the deal. So you know, I wish you all the best in that phase because it's never easy. But you know, from here on out, it's never going to be easy, unless you got a 70-foot dinghy or whatever. You know, you know what I mean? So, that's cool. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything you want to add in closing? I guess.
No, I don't think so. Thanks for having us back.
Of course.
Red Bull energy drinks are on point. I think I'm gonna have another one before we head out.
Red Bull. What are you talking? This is Speedmaster.
Well, repackaged.
Yeah, but how's the show been for you, man?
So far, so good. Again, just concentrating on interesting content. You know, last year everyone was like just the content that we repurposed was great. It's just nice time because what happens is that you know it's a unique opportunity where the whole world comes here. You know, I mean, like even though we're all in America or you know wherever it may be, we're all here. It's a good opportunity to kind of reconnect. You know, create this sort of content to repurpose and reshare. Outside of that, typical SEMA. We've got the gallery on. We'll have the YPO event here tonight. Again, it's our third year. It's a very one-off, unique event where you know we have 20 of the most influential automotive professionals in the world in our booth.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've got a security guard tonight, so we're going to have a 25. We've got like a wait list of 15. People are flying in all the way around to come in tonight, so that's going to be another awesome event. Showcasing the products here outside. Again, you know, like it's about showcasing what the brands are about. You know what I mean? And so, to me, what Speedmaster is about and what SEMA is exactly this: sharing stories. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, do it together. Sharing these stories about your success and how other people can succeed. I mean, you know, you guys are technically one of our secret assets, but here we are sharing you guys to the world about how good you guys do for us and how good you could do for the people who we compete against. But you know what? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That doesn't matter. It's all about winning as a team, and Speedmaster needs to keep going ahead, so moving ahead. So whether it be new products, whatever it may be. Ironically, we just won a new products award, which is awesome.
Oh, congrats!
So just that,
awesome.
just that. You know what I mean? Just regurgitating information that can be reshared, repurposed, and building a brand. You know, every time you come and every time you see, everyone gets the right feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys do it right, man.
Yeah. So we enjoy it, and the team enjoy it. And I think we have fun doing it. That's the secret, you know. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, anyway,
Jason, thanks, man.
Yeah, of course.
We always love coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does a brother want to say anything in closing over there?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Come on, dude. You got a joke of some type to tell. Come on.
A bad dad joke or something?
Come on, Nick.
Too hungover to tell a joke.
That was a good joke. All right. Well, cheers, boys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Cheers with them.
There you go. Cheers. Thank you.
Awesome.